Okay, but who wants to buy this diamond ring? This diamond ring doesn't shine for me anymore, and y'all know nothing about that. If you want someone to love, that's true. It's diamond rings for you. Dun, 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 dun. Y'all know nothing about that. I gotta stop it. Some of that music is just too good and too old for some of you people. Some of that real music. Stop in the name of love before you break my heart. I don't know nothing about that. Supremes. Think it over. Diana Ross getting it in. I don't know nothing about that. Little Bobby Vinton. Y'all know nothing about Bobby Vinton. Y'all know nothing about the Coca Cabana. At the Coca Cabana. It's a great song. She fell in love. Doo, doo, doo. Anyways, Justin Verlander. No. So, my dude has been keeping me up on the Indians. Told me that they just won. They won the last two games. 4-0, 5-1. Is that right, Sanchez? So, yeah, they're doing it. We picked the Indians to win the whole thing. I don't know why Sanchez picked the Indians to win. He never really said so, but I picked the Indians to take the whole deal. And I didn't do it off of any stats, not off of Jay Bruce or Brent Lee or any of those guys. I picked the Indians simply because it'd be a great story right now. You know, I picked the Indians to take this. Now, I am aware that the Chicago Cubs stand in their way. I am also aware, I mean, if the Astros get their act together, the Whites, I mean, there's about 10 teams who can just come and take it all. But I'm gonna tell you the truth, Sanchez. My first pick without thinking about it, just when you said baseball, my first pick is probably everybody's first pick, the Yankees. The Yankees have won 27, and I mean, they could win 28 easily right now. And I'm going to tell you something also, Sanchez. I'm going to tell you one reason why I stopped watching baseball. Hey, I'm good, man. How are you? Yeah. One of the reasons why I stopped watching baseball is because of the Yankees. I had noticed that the money that the Yankees spent was was colossal. It was unreal. It just made me sick when I would see how much money they would spend on some of these players. That's what turns me off about sports, because it's just so disconnected, if you ask me, to the people who are watching it. It's just I don't know. When you look at the amount of people who have that type of money or have access to that type of money, it's a small amount, and I don't really like. I don't. I mean, I know I, I'm the working poor. I know this. But to pay these guys such a gross amount for doing, to me, very little. Yes, they're athletic. Okay, fine. But it just bothers me. It bothers me to the core. And I'm like, when I start seeing contracts getting ridiculous, I tuned out. I was like, this is crazy. Why are we paying this guy this much money? And this is crazy. Now, hustling. Now they taking let's just say that they had a salary that I thought was pretty decent. Let's just say it was $200,000. I'm like, okay, $200,000, not mad at that. You know, Guy lives in the suburbs. Got a wife and 2.5 kids. Got a home that probably costs about 150,000. Okay, I understand that. Even 300,000, I get that. That's a suburb that I could roll up to and be like, boom, a house is 300,000, and with some hard work, I could obtain that myself. It's obtainable to me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I could get that. But when you say 100, 200 million over the next 2, 3 years, my whole generation hasn't made that much money. Collectively, my whole bloodline will not see that much money. It's just, but is it obtainable? It's such a far stretch and a far cry. Now, here's what I was going to say. If these guys made 300,000, right? Which is still good money. That's good money. Puts them in 32% tax bracket, something like that. They get this money, right? And then they start making another 100, 150,000, or even a million off of their hustle outside of that, off of their jerseys, off of, their tenacity and um, just go getter attitude about selling, themselves as an athlete outside of baseball. Now that I can't. I'm like, that dude went out and hustled. That's just like the dude selling CDs on the block, which I used to do. I used to sell my music on the block. You guys can also check me out at TTONE202 on Instagram. I mean, but I used to sell my CDs on the block, because I make music. You can check out my SoundCloud, Tone202, or my book, which is The Sorrowed King, and it's on Lulu.com. I need to make it into an audiobook though. But nonetheless, I'm just saying, outside of that, yeah, I can see that hustle. I'm with you all day on that hustle. 100%. You know what I'm saying? These guys going out and getting these Gatorade commercials and stuff like that. I'm with you. Car commercials. Look, I don't care. Sky's the limit on that. But just us, just the sport, paying them this ridiculous amount, I'm just not with that. I think you should go out and hustle and get that money. But they do go out and hustle and get that money plus what we pay them. So it's just, I don't know. It's just, I'm disconnected from sports. I really really am. However, I still like to talk about it. Jay Bruce, slugger. So yeah, Cleveland is my choice all day long. And another thing I'd like to put out there, Sanchez, especially for you, you're something else, bro. You know, you you are really something else. You're funny. When I said that I was gonna start making predictions, let me see where I'm at. Donald Gilbert told me to stay under 13. I'm at 7. When I said that I was gonna start making predictions for other sports, it wasn't just to throw out arbitrary predictions. You know, there's this. I have. How McDonald's fries, it's like a secret to whatever they do to them to make them taste so good, even though they're horrible for you. You know what I'm saying? Kentucky Fried Chicken, Coca Cola, they all have their secret, whatever. It's not that I keep it a secret, but I have a method. I can't really write it down either. I talk about it all the time, though. It's not like I'm hiding it. But there's a rhythm. I keep telling you guys, there's a rhythm of the stroke. You follow the money. And when I start looking at sports, I don't look at each sport differently. I look at all sports the same. They all have the criminal activities who are at the top. They all got the people who are siphoning. They all got people who are betting on the games, who are trying to control the game as much as possible. They all have worldwide interest, pretty much. I mean, so my when I look at those sports, I'm going each one of you are the same to me, and I'm betting a dime to a dollar. If I apply that sauce, that ingredients to every single major sport, 10 to 1 says the outcome will be the same, and that's just all that's to it. That's what I was saying when I said, you know what, I'll start making predictions on, heck, soccer. Hell, I'll go into pretty much anything. Speaking of sports, Hussein Bolt, man, you're still the greatest. dude, the fastest man ever. I don't care what happened to you in your last day of sports. You're still the greatest. And that's all that's to it. Nobody has ever ran as fast as you have, and it'll be a while before they do. Even though Van Niekerk is doing his thing. So, but so that's what I was saying. So when I look at Cleveland, I didn't choose Cleveland because of Jay Bruce, or Brentley, or any of those guys. I didn't even know about those guys. I chose them simply because of the story behind it and how much money it will generate for Cleveland. I looked at a dilapidated city because one, I don't live far from there. And I've been there several times before LeBron left and after before he left and then after he left. I actually saw him at a club. We were at the same club together. I didn't say anything to him, but I saw him. I'm just saying, these sports, are married to these stories and these cities that they're from. These people have a hand in it. And when you have those people who have a hand in it and those elements taking place within the sports, those people are being controlled. Hey, don't you come over here. Those people are being controlled to present a particular outcome. And that's just the facts, Jack. That's all that's to it. So when I look at that, I'm like, yeah, I can see Cleveland winning simply because of the story. That's all. That's all I went off of. I don't know anything about baseball. I know very little bit about basketball. According to Sanchez, I don't know nothing about basketball either. But that's fine with me. That's not criticism to me. That's who cares, because I don't watch any of the sports. You know, I predicted last year who was going to win a Super Bowl. Well, but I did that late in the game, though. I did that when the Super Bowl was, well, before the Super Bowl was played. I was like, it's going to win. Made a video about it. And then while the Super Bowl was going on, Pats were down 28 to whatever. And I was just like, I made a video right when I saw that score. It's called But He's Tom Brady. I was just like, I'm trying to tell you guys. You guys, the Falcons could have scored 53-1. It wouldn't have mattered. Tom Brady would have still won. That's just it. So I just wanted to throw that out there. My time is almost up here. And, Cleveland Indians all the way, win the whole thing. If they don't, so what? But with the way I'm looking at it and the way I feel about it, yeah, just like I think the Pats are going to win, this year. And it hurts to be right about this when you want a sport to be honest. Sanchez does not believe me. He's not a believer in me saying, hey, the NFL, the MLB, I don't care what it is fixed 100%. He does not believe me, but you know what? He's coming around to believe in me. And he says, if I pick the Cleveland Indians and they go all the way, he's going to watch all my videos. I believe he'll be a believer. I think that's the reason why he's always on my channel. Because he's like, I don't believe it, but I predicted 1, 2, 3 championships. 2 in basketball and one in football already. And now I'm going to predict another one in baseball. And I'm telling you, I don't watch any of these games. Bro, they're fixed. That's all there's to it. Time is up. God loves you guys. Get saved. Know the Lord Jesus Christ. I'm out.